In this final training in our series, we're going to review how to navigate the charts in Voyant. Before we move to that, I did want to do a quick review of your dashboard. In review of the trainings that we've done in this series, quickly I wanted to note that if you are adding any information in any data into your plan, you're going to go to your plus button and you'll see tiles from the top all the way down to the bottom that are going to be associated with the data type that you can use to enter in information into your plan. Anytime you need to edit existing information or review existing information in your plan, you'll see the existing information that you've already entered here in these sections. You can click your down arrow here to review everything that you've entered, and you can click on these items to edit them. You also have your sections over here on the left hand side to review the timing or add steps to these items. You can also go into your assets in the plan and make adjustments to the growth rates or review what those are. All right, moving on to our timeline. This is going to be where you review your client's goals and future aspirations with them. We do recommend that you do this on an annual basis to make sure that you are on track and still in alignment with your clients as to what their goals are for their future. You can hover over any goal in the plan and it will highlight on the timeline. So for example, now that I'm hovering over the retirement goal, you can see the retirement umbrella and the mortality symbol are going to be highlighted on the timeline above, and this shows what this goal affects. You can click on the retirement goal and make an adjustment to it if you need to. You can go into the details and you can make adjustments to it based on a fixed amount, based on income. You can itemize it. You can adjust the timing of this goal. You can make a step to it. So if you wanted it to be 100,000 in the beginning of the plan and add a step to it and make it a different amount for later in the plan, you can do that. You can also assign it a specific payment source. So if they want this goal to be primarily funded by, for example, their joint non-registered account, you can do that as well. For additional goals that you want to add as you're having conversations with your clients, you can either click on the timeline and add it as you're having a conversation with them. You can adjust the year or the age. You can give it additional event icons, or you can go to your plus button here in the bottom right hand corner and add an event or a goal. An event will just put a place marker on your timeline that will be a reminder and is not tied to a specific dollar amount. A goal will have an event and a specific dollar amount in the plan associated with it. Going next to our charts, let's start on a single chart. The cash flow chart is a very simple chart. Blue means good. We're on track to meet all of our expenses and goals. Red means there is shortfall in the plan and we need to do a little bit more work to meet our goals. You can turn on your legend, which I've already done here, and this will give you a bit more information about what the chart means. Just as a reminder, each individual bar in the chart represents a year. You can hover over that bar and see what their estimated ages are, and that's going to be their end of year ages. The black total need line is all total expenses in the plan. That's goals, expenses, contributions, and estimated taxes. You can see the basic need, that's going to be that less the luxury or leisure expenses and contributions. All inflows represents any income coming into the plan. Surplus income is the amount of total income minus any difference between their expenses. And to savings is going to represent any money going into savings or contributions. And if we turn on our details button, you can see what we're using with this legend turned on, and by clicking on that bar in the chart, what we're using to fulfill those expenses. So we're using mostly employment income. We have $40,000 in rental income coming into the plan. We have a little bit of non-registered savings coming into the plan, and then we have some surplus income that is being assumed spent, and we've got $76,200 that are going towards contributions. If you wanted to go into year view, you can see a little bit more information about what is going on beneath the surface of the plan. You can see the cash flow, you can see expenses because they are in their employment years. We've got withholdings going towards their CPP contributions, employment insurance, federal and provincial income tax. We've got some maintenance expenses on their rental property, contributions going towards various accounts. We've got a fee on their joint non-registered account, and that's paid at source. General living expenses, income tax bill from the previous year, a mortgage on their home, and some property taxes. And then you can go into each of these different tiles and see what are the net growths on accounts, pensions, property values, debts, and you can get a breakdown of their taxes just by going into this year view button, and then you can click out of it and go back to your chart. You also have this drop down here where you can look at all of the different charts that are available to you, and you can even hide all and look at just one account at a time if you'd like to, and just explore the account values for one thing in particular, or you could show all and then just take out the properties and look at liquid assets, or vice versa, just look at the illiquid properties, and you could review their assets any way you'd like. And then you can even go to dual chart and look at assets versus debts and see when they will have paid off their properties, cash flow versus taxes, and see when they might be experiencing higher taxes in the plan. These charts just give you a nice visual to highlight different issues in the plan that you might want to work on, and also show your clients the value of your advice. I hope that this has been helpful. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to your support team at Voyant. We are always happy to help you with presentation prep or walk you through questions you have with your plan. Click the name of your client in the top right, request support, enter your question in the text box, and share client access. Thanks for listening.